guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since we've done a Q&A video, so I figured why not do one now. I thought I would relax, kick back today, and answer some of your dying questions. I looked through tons on my Instagram that I got from you guys recently, and you guys ask a lot of really great but personal questions. Jumping right into this, man, this is gonna be fun. How did you meet Stevie? I met him in the producing room where we were both studying radio, television, film. We were working on our nightly newscast, and I was producing the night that Stevie was the sports guy. It was funny because every night when we would have to give our critiques, he was always my go-to person because he would do such an amazing job. And so I really got to know him through watching him. That sounds really, really creepy, but I basically got to know him from behind the camera, and he was a really cool guy. So it started in college, and it just quickly started to blossom. How can you not fall in love with those baby blue eyes? When will you visit Kurdistan with Stevie? That's a great question. The last time I went and visited the homeland was 2 years ago. We don't have any plans as of yet, but Stevie really, really wants to go. It's so, so cute when he's picking up on Kurdish words when I'm talking to my mom on the phone or I say something in Kurdish, how he retains those certain words and then he'll say them and surprise me. Sometimes when we're like hanging out, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're like speaking Kurdish. I'm so proud of you. And so I want to take him eventually. I know he would love it. When are you having kids and how many? I love kids. Stevie and I are just barely hitting our 1 year mark since we've been married. So we don't have plans to have kids anytime soon. I think when we decide to have kids, it's probably gonna be when life slows down a little bit. I think maybe 2 years from now, God willing. If it happens before then, I'll be okay with it. I'm not somebody that's like, I can't have kids until this time. We both come from a family of like 4 and 5 kids, so we definitely want more than one, for sure. Names you wanna name your kids. I already have my daughter's name picked out. I'm not gonna tell you guys because then you're gonna steal it. Just kidding. Skincare routine, favorite products right now. Man, how much time do we have for that? I am a huge skincare junkie. I'm not somebody that likes to switch up my skincare regimen too much though. Once I find a product that I like, I'm hooked until it stops working. My favorite products right now that I'm obsessed with are Sunday Riley's skincare collection. The Tidal Moisturizing Cream is something that I've been using for just a couple months now, and it's been really, really great for my skin. It's water-based, and so it's really hydrating, and over time, your skin really starts to look like amazing. You can check out the blog post. I literally share all of my current favorite obsessions. Can you speak Kurdish or any other languages? This is a question that I've got before. I can speak Kurdish. If you wanna hear me say a couple words, you can go watch my first Q&A video that I did on my channel. A little bit of Spanish, just from taking Spanish 4 years in school. Did I retain most of what I learned?
No.
But I mean, when we go to Mexico, I can always understand and pick up a few words, if that counts. How do you edit your Instagram photos and how do you take flawless selfies? First of all, that is so sweet, thank you. I don't think that I take the most flawless selfies, but when the lighting is right, I'm like, okay, this is a selfie opportunity. I know you guys love it when I share those makeup beauty inspired posts, so I take advantage of it 100%. I use 3 apps mostly when it comes to editing my photos. The first app being Snapseed. It's really great. I use that just for like brightening my photo and adding some ambiance and some saturation to the picture to give it some color. And then I'll take it over to ViscoCam, which is one of my absolute favorites for filtering the photo very lightly. I don't like to over filter with like too many crazy colors and backgrounds. And then I take it to Facetune, and Facetune is where I will mostly just bring out the details in certain things, whether it's my eyes or maybe it's a food item in the picture that I really want to make it pop. I'll use the details on Facetune as well as the smoothing feature to smooth out any fine lines or harsh areas where I'm just like, no, today it's not happening. So I think in a combination of those 3 apps, it works really well for me. practice makes perfect. So obviously you have to like play with it and download it. Like I can't specifically tell you exactly how to use this. I mean, it's just something that you play with and you kind of have your own aesthetic and your own eye for what you know looks good. What is your favorite clothing store? I'm gonna have to say Topshop. I feel like all of my jeans are from Topshop, like my favorite pairs. Here in LA, they have a store at the Grove, and so I always go there, and I love that they have a section for like petite girls. Their jeans specifically really are awesome. When did you know you wanted to make this a career? I think I realized that this is kind of what I wanted to do when I started noticing that a lot of people were really fascinated and interested with what I was sharing. Sometimes you feel a little discouraged in the beginning. Is anybody even watching, listening, reading my stuff? And then when you start to build a little audience, it just motivates you to just keep going. And that really is what kind of made me focus just on that, because originally when I moved to LA, I thought I wanted to do like TV hosting, but I quickly learned that like, whoa, this is so much cooler and funner. And if you can make a living out of it and be making decent money, that's pretty awesome. 5 to 10 year goals. I think for the most part, I'm just taking it day by day, figuring out this new world of being a mommy to a puppy and managing a home and a career and all of these different things. It's a lot of work. In 5 to 10 years, I think that I see myself continuing to work in the creative space. Maybe also getting into doing some products. I think that could be a lot of fun. I have a lot of personal goals that I also want to achieve. Learning how to ride a bike.
Girl.
I don't know how to ride a bike, you guys. Isn't that crazy? It's so embarrassing and I need to learn. Eyebrow routine. Is that a question or a statement? Is it rhetorical? I guess you're asking for me to do an eyebrow routine. I actually have two on my channel. I still do that same exact tutorial. You can check those two out. Not gonna lie, the quality of those videos probably isn't the best and I probably look a hot mess, so don't judge me. How do you keep your teeth so white? Are they really that white? That's so nice, thank you. I don't whiten my teeth or do anything like that. Truthfully speaking, if you really wanna know, you guys, I brush my teeth twice a day. It's gotta be like a whitening toothpaste. I actually have a really exciting campaign coming up, so I'm not gonna give away too many details, but I will say that it is about this smile and these teeth, so. When is the next meetup? I don't know, when should we do it? I think now's a pretty good time. Like, not now, obviously. I feel like I'm really bad when it comes to meetups. Like, when it comes to planning them, I love doing them, but I'm terrible at planning them on my own. Sometimes it just goes over my head and I don't even think like people actually want to meet up with you and get to know you. I feel like I know you. I feel like we're friends. It's something that you can't explain. It's just this connection that we have and nobody gets it. You feel me? But to answer your question, I don't have a meetup planned anytime soon, but I feel like I could totally plan one if you guys want me to. If you guys want me to have a meetup, comment below and let me know, like, where should we do it at? How do you curl your hair? So my hair is naturally really, really curly, but you guys know the curls that I have. They're kind of kinky, you know what I mean? These curls that I actually have today going on, ironically, so you can see my normal curls underneath. I got really lazy, and so I just blow dry the top usually, and then I'll run a curling wand, about a 1-inch curling wand through my hair at the top, and then just kind of like brush it through for like a messy look. I have tons of tutorials on my channel if you want to see exactly how I curl my hair with a straightener, with a curling wand. I mean, it's all there. You got to check it out. Favorite childhood memories. My favorite childhood memories were on Fridays after a long school day. My mom would always get us KFC. Like, dang, those KFC buckets went hard, you guys. Let's be real. When you're a kid back in the day, all you looked forward to was eating delicious, unhealthy fast food and coming home and playing with your Barbies, right? So I just remember like Fridays, I would be so excited that it was Friday and I'd leave elementary school and my mom would always have like KFC in the car ready for me. Seriously, I haven't had it in years. So what happened to the BYOB series? Well, as you guys know, I run a full-time blog, not just a YouTube channel, so it's just been a really, really busy time right now. I've been really brainstorming ways that I can bring it back in smaller ways so that you guys can get these tips on the go. BYOB is going to be featured in my upcoming newsletter that I'm gonna be launching very, very soon. But BYOB is definitely something that I know you guys enjoy. For sure, put that in the newsletter. So you have to subscribe to my blog newsletter if you haven't already. It's gonna be launching What Inspired You to Create Sazan.me. I always appreciate questions when I'm being asked about my blog because I think sometimes I forget that, like, you know, my blog is my baby. That's kind of what started it all for me. And so it started off as something that I was just creatively doing as a hobby, and then it became kind of like my outlet. I've shared so many personal things over the years, from announcing my engagement to sharing personal things about my faith and about my family, and so many things that I therapeutically needed to release. And so my blog has really become that place for me. And so it's been really nice that I've been able to inspire people along the way just by being myself. And I love that about my blog. So I just felt inspired to kind of launch my own platform so that it could be an outlet for me and a resource for other people to just feel inspired and to have a place where they can come and read and be entertained and get some tips along the way. It's always been that place where I feel people can come and just hang out. So I love that, and I can't wait to see where it goes. How do you stay so positive and full of energy? That is seriously the nicest question ever, because I'm literally just being me. Don't get me wrong, when I'm having a bad day, it is pretty bad. You can ask Stevie. I definitely think that my positive energy just really comes from my attitude, you know, just making that decision every day that, like, I'm gonna be in a good mood today and I'm not gonna let the small things get me down. I think my energy just comes from my personality and me being who I am. I've always been somebody who's been super full of energy, excited, outgoing. I've always been that way. And now I'm able to kind of channel all of this energy into a channel and into all of these different platforms, and it's been a lot of fun for me. So I love that compliment. How's life with Sweetie? Life is amazing with Sweetie. Like, she is seriously like the best dog ever. I've said this in now 3 videos. She's getting really, really big. Like, I feel like every morning when I wake up, she's just grown a little bit more than the day before. And it's making me feel like, OMG, like she's growing up way too fast. I can still pick her up, but it's getting to the point now where she's getting a little heavy for me to hold. And I'm like, no, you're getting too big. I actually can't wait for her to grow up though. Advice to your younger self. That's a great question, and I've never been asked that before. I think advice that I would give my younger self is just to relax. Like, you don't have to have it all figured out. Go with the flow. Don't be afraid to take risks. And when you do take risks, just know that it's gonna be okay. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? You're gonna grow and you're gonna learn from it. I'm still young though. Like, 26 isn't that old, is it? Favorite country you visited? That's a really, really hard question. I visited tons of countries, so I don't want to offend any country by saying what my favorite one is, so I'm just going to say that I have very many that I've enjoyed. How tall are you? I am, believe it or not, I'm 5'10". Obviously not. I'm 5'2". I am so short. And that's one of the things I get a lot when I'm being stopped, or I get to meet you guys when I'm out and about, is, oh my gosh, you're so much shorter in person. And I'm like, thanks, is that a compliment or is that like a disappointment? I do have longer legs than torso, so sometimes in my photos it does look like I am a lot taller. Are you gonna grow out your hair again? I'm actually in the process right now of growing it out. I've just been getting trims. I chopped all of my hair off over a 1.5 years ago. I needed to cut it off because it was really damaged. I'm very indecisive, so I feel like one day I like it, the next day I want to chop it all off again. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but as of right now, I do want to grow it out again and just kind of leave it at one length. I think that could be a really cute boho style look. The most embarrassing moment. I really can't think of an embarrassing moment. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'll have to hold that thought and get back to you on that another time. Sorry. Have you gotten a nose job? OMG, this question. I'm actually glad you asked because recently my little brother actually sent me a forum. It's like a gossip thing. They like gossip about gurus and things like that. And somebody just wrote all these things about me. Like, oh my gosh, clearly she's had so much work done. She's definitely had a rhinoplasty, a nose job, you know what I mean? All that stuff. And I was just seriously shocked. I was like, oh my gosh, is this how Beyonce must feel when people write about her and it's not true? I have never, ever, ever had a nose job. Must get it from my Russian side, I don't know. At least a beauty tip or a hack that every woman should know. A really great tip for when you're traveling or you're on the go is if your face gets oily and you don't have translucent powder or anything handy, but you just feel like your face needs to be refreshed, go into the ladies' room and the toilet seat covers, take one and literally use it as an oil kind of blot sheet. Just like the ones that you can buy at the store, it works just as perfectly. There you go, there's my tip. Those were some great questions. Thank you guys so much for sending them my way. So I decided I'm going to actually answer a few more questions below as well in the comment section. So if you have any that you guys wanna ask, feel free to comment below and let me know. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A and hopefully it's not gonna be very long until I do another one. So thanks again. Hope you'll subscribe to my channel for lots more video updates. But until next time, mwah, mwah. Bye guys.